Hello YouTubers, Troz here, back with more Factorio, and I have a little bit of a sad announcement here that I think this is going to be the last episode for a while, maybe until 1.1 comes out or something like that, but we're almost at 2,000 signs per minute, and while I could probably go higher, you can kind of see that the UPS is starting to dip a little, so while we could probably go a bit higher, I could probably turn off maybe some of the nuclear when we got more solar. We're getting towards the limit of what we can do with this particular base. I wasn't totally designing for UPS efficiency, so it's kind of expected we're going to hit the limit at some point, whereas other people were able to go past that. Maybe based on better designs, more efficient designs, or maybe better hardware. But that doesn't mean we can't have some fun now and work a little more once they do some updates. For now, though, I actually do have a special project I want to start, and then we will finish off the last science factory. So I'm going to walk over to this special, or part of the special project, which is just over here. I designed this little, caught on a cliff there, little production area, and this is going to produce concrete. It will produce actually all types of concrete, the normal concrete, the refined concrete, and then the hazard versions of each. I actually don't have the speed modules in these, but they're probably don't need it. We're not actually going to need much hazard concrete. So just to get this going, we need to bring over three things. We need water, which we're pumping in from here. We need stone, which will then smelt here. And we need iron ore, some of which will be smelted. Some will be turned into sticks, some will be turned into steel, and some will be used raw as the actually normal concrete needs raw iron. So I'm just gonna stick in the two belts here to bring over everything. I've upgraded some of these belts to blue. I don't know if we use a full belt of blue, full blue belt of stone or not, but it doesn't really matter that much. We're not actually using too much stuff over here. One thing I did notice was our iron is really running out. This is almost down to nothing. This is decent, but one side of the, this one whole side got totally mined out. We have a little patch here and a little patch here that I'm now tapping. Basically, the train was, this side had emptied out, and I've rebalanced these belts a bit, so it actually is now favoring this side a bit. But we also have a third iron over here, which has almost 2 million. The only problem is this one was the only one supplying iron for quite well, I won't say quite a while, but we now have all three supplying again, although this one is on the verge of running out. This was my first iron mine other than iron that was like right here. This was iron. I think this was copper, or no, this was stone. You can still see it's going to the stone. I forget where my early copper was, but basically it was all in this area. Oh, maybe this was copper, and it actually still is. And, oh, yeah, we had coal right here, too. You can kind of see a little remains of that. So, let's get the rest of this going here. And I think with this going, yeah, maybe we are using a full blue belt. Alright, so this is making some iron plates. We're making most of that into steel plates, but some of it into these sticks. We come over here, and then from the stone and some iron ore, and obviously lots of water, we're making the regular concrete that comes around here. Then comes in here. Then we're making refined concrete out of that with steel plates and iron sticks. And any overage will come over here and get turned into refined or hazard, and then the refined concrete is being put into chests, and some will also be made into hazard. We're also storing some bricks, basically, you know, all the ground cover, and we're doing that because, well, I got 2 special blueprints I'm gonna put down. We'll let the bots work on it while we go check on the factory. Let's see here. This should be good for the one. Let's do not that one. We're gonna right-click, hit, create a copy of this, because that's how you get it out without totally losing the original. Is that... Alright, that's gonna fit there. At this point, it doesn't really matter if we get rid of some of the trees. I'm gonna shift-click, and you know what? I'm gonna turn off my own bots. Yeah, because my inventory is gonna get all filled. Why didn't... you know, we're gonna... get rid of those for the moment. So I need one of those that we say trees, rocks only. And I'm gonna remove the trees and, well, apparently rocks get caught up already. That should do that. And I actually have one other that I'm gonna put down over here somewhere. Actually, let's that and move you. Yeah, okay. Gonna do this trees and rocks thing again over here. That should be plenty big enough. Get rid of you for now. Let's do this once more. This one maybe a little more obvious. And we'll let that be worked on. They're not... Maybe they don't have complete coverage. We're over here. You know what? Let's see if we can improve that a bit. Alright, and something similar over here. We'll have to come back and finish a bit. these manually, but that's okay. We'll let our bots work on that for a minute. Or more. It's using all 500 of our bots. Construction bots, at least. Alright. It's quite a few minutes in already. Oh, this is actually nearly complete. Let us... instead of using this crude oil, I noticed it was crude oil right here, and it was almost as good, and we could put in an outpost for it. So I did. I just had to pull out some of the wall here, not that it matters. I had to move the tracks around because the tracks were running over like 2 of these spots. That just leaves the stone, which is over here. It's not really a good place to get to there. So I'm just gonna stop my train there, and we'll see what we can do. You can see our artillery shell range is almost researched, and if we look at our production graph, well, let's say for the last hour, let's see how that's doing. Stop flicking around. But you can see 1.8k signs per minute. That's right where it should be. We're kind of expecting 1.75. I don't think it's actually rounding up. I think we're actually overproducing slightly, but that's, that's the intent. We're aiming for 250 for each science build, but we're probably getting 260 per minute or something to that effect, and that adds up after enough of them. Alright, here we go. We're approaching, hopefully, our destination. Oh, we still got a ways to go, apparently. Actually, not too far. Outside the main walls here, going back inside. And yeah, here we should be stopping. Oh, no, it's the next downslope. Here we are. And we're gonna just manually stop for a moment. Well, maybe more than a moment, but it's actually a decent, I think. Actually, that won't really change anything. This is a decent-ish diagonal interchange, whatever you want to call it, T-junction. So I'm going to actually put it like here. Let's go one more down. That should leave enough of a gap. Let's turn on my robots. And we can... We'll do one straight and then... You know what? That's... We'll just... turn place this. And now ask this train to come over here so he's out of the way of everybody. Put you back on manual. Okay, that's not that big of a patch, but we're gonna... yeah, that will do. That looks good to me. We'll have to move this back a bit. Come on. There we go. Yeah, stop. Thank you. Alright, and let's get rid of everything we don't need. You know what? I shouldn't be using this. I should be using the ghost so as not to, like, mark all the trees and stuff as needing to be gone. I still need to fix up these blueprints, and I will, if I can, get my blueprints into the description so you can use them if you'd like. Yeah, like I said, there's this blueprint and maybe one other I need to fix up still. But this whole book that I just used is huge. So I may need to post them as separate books, but then you can recombine them. Yeah, I think this is like, well, nearly a megabyte or something like that. It might be too large to upload. While we're talking about too large, let's, wrong way. I need the outpost builder. This way around. Let's make sure these are connected, and then we'll connect like power here, because I know that will work. And I need some of these, and let's turn on my bots again. Come here. Okay. I hope he's on his way here. I'm going to shut off my boss. The only thing I have left to do is hook up the power. Let's actually do that. Oh, why are you going? Where are you? You shouldn't be going there. Listen here. You're still going over here. So you need to be disabled. Alright. So this should be built as soon as that train gets back. I'm not gonna put that down. Now I'm gonna put it down. You're gonna be stone, outpost stone, hopefully 7. That makes sense because nearly everything else is 7 except for the iron. And now I need to move my train out of the way. Shell range 10 is almost done. Yes, you are on manual. Let's remove you. I'm gonna back you up. I don't care which way you turn. Well, probably the other way would have been better, but that's okay. We're gonna come over here and park. You'll have to turn around, but hey, we can do that right over here. So not too far out of our way. Alrighty, let's turn you off. How are we doing over here? We got a few more beacons modules, but other than that, everything looks good. Oh, how are we doing? Oh yeah, I need to place some more solar. You need to go there. Let's do one more there. Same thing over here. That you should fit there as well, except yeah, you're off the bottom of the screen. This is a decent-ish iron, but how are we looking, not for production, but for power? We're not quite at half of our production by solar. I might be able to turn off one more nuclear plant, but for now I will leave it connected. Let's let's get these trains set up. I've done this quite a few times. But, you know, what's one more? So you're going to go to Iron 9 for full cargo. Copy. Paste. Paste right here, Iron 9, and one down here. You're the copper train. You're going to go to Outpost Copper 7. Full cargo, copy, paste. Paste. And paste. Your stone. Outpost Stone 7. And how can I tell that you're not built yet? Because you're all red. Full cargo. That means they can't get to that station at this point, but as soon as that outpost gets built, that should change. Your coal. So you should be Outpost Coal 7. Full cargo. Copy. Paste. You should be coal. Paste. You should be Outpost Oil 7. Why are you red? Copy. Paste. Paste. And finally, water will go to one of our existing water stations, whichever is closest or most convenient for it. Water 4-2. There's 7 of them around. We actually, not that we don't use that much water, but we have much more supply than we have usage. Alright, let us check on 2 things. One, alright, you're not... Okay, looks like the supply train is on its way now. Oop, I should have stayed in radar. We are here, and the oil is right here. Why are you... Oh, well, there's our problem. That's close enough to walk. That's... Speaking of close enough to walk, where's our Spidertron? I would kind of expect to see a little radar area moving. Oh, here he is. Look at that. There he is. He is gonna maybe get stuck in that water, but we'll deal with that when it happens. If it happens. I never really got to use the Spidertrons too much. I mean, I'm pretty invested in the cannon technology. I actually thought about designing a factory specifically to produce Spidertrons and the components like the the personal lasers, the shields, some batteries, and stuff. More exoskeletons to put in them. So maybe if 1.1 comes along. Here you go. Yeah. Come over here. That you can walk across. Now it should be clear-ish sailing. Yeah, so the problem is, apparently I never hooked them up. I built all this. Why am I... Oh. Never powered them. Alright, there we go. That should be... Well, it will fill these eventually, but it's firstly getting pumped out and into here. Although this one somehow is getting a little bit of crude as well, and that's getting pumped into here. I mean, this one is also being filled, but this isn't getting pumped. But the idea is, this is enough for one train, and then we'll have a backup of a second. So as soon as this gets emptied, we'll have 3 pumps filling these back up, although only 1 pump does come from the oil field at, a rate that would take about 25 seconds, maybe 23 seconds to refill these, although that rate will drop over time. So once these are all filled, the station becomes available. Well, not unfortunately, but initially filling all the trains will be a problem because the first train will make this all come unavailable for, like I said, 20-something-ish seconds. Alright, now these are filling up, which means these are basically filled at this point. You should be available. Yeah, I think it actually goes available when it's half filled. Still, when the trains initially come here to fill it up, or fill themselves up, it gets disabled as one train is loading, and then the next train is gonna like get confused or go back to base or whatever. Anyway, where did that? Oh, yeah, I never really told you to. You'll come over here, and then I can tell it to come over where we are. Yeah, so I was speaking about the Spidertrons. Additionally, I was have it build, the rockets or whatever. The only problem with building such a factory right now is there's no way to like load rockets into the Spidertrons automatically, or fill its inventory with materials to build. I'm hoping that gets added in the next release, next update. Because that would be very useful. How are we doing? Actually, we're doing decently well. We're still low on... Oh, I was saying we were low on beacons, but hey, the train is here. We got bots putting beacons in place. And we should have modules being moved as well. How are we doing? Oh, come on, get a radar in over here. How did that happen? That doesn't look good at all. Let's kind of get rid of all that. And Alright, that looks better, I think. But still no radars in place. Am I using the wrong... I'm using the wrong blueprints, I think. You know, yes I am. The blueprint book I have here has a much... That's the wrong way. That blueprint book. That blueprint book, I obviously hit X at some point. You know what? Actually, I'm just gonna right-click to open. Right-click to open. Right-click to open. Copy. Gonna put that there. There we go. That's my better blueprint. No. Are you? Okay, you are the better blueprint. You have the radars in the corner. There's two corners. My original blueprint. This is the better blueprint. I think. Or it's a mix of blueprints. We got a radar in the corner there, and that should mean there should be a radar in the corner here. But I think I put down the wrong blueprint. The wrong blueprint has a radar right in the center, and it's not quite enough to cover the whole thing, which is why I switched to one in each corner. The one in each corner, you know, you can see, hey, our coverage ran out. And with one in each corner, that would work out better. Just because the radar size and the blueprint size are not matched. Anyhow, it looks like we're done. And we're about done with... With the what? I thought I saw... I start these trains, right? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Year 7. Okay. You were a supply train. Alright. Okay, we're not quite done. But we should be. Or we should be real soon. I didn't rename these. Let's rename them. They're all waiting here. You should be 8. You should be 8. Just in case I put down another one, it's always put down at 0, and you're supposed to renumber it. And the trains, because there's only 1 0, will automatically be changed along with it. At least that's the idea. If you put down 2 of these with zeros, well then you have a problem. Like I had a few episodes ago. Okay. Let's start the. You know, I shouldn't have done. Shouldn't have done that. Change. There we go. I always like putting or turning the ones back here on first. I said turning them on. There we go. That way, once I turn on the front ones, they'll all leave evenly. Did we get you? Yes. Alright. We're gonna turn on the oil just because they're there. We won't turn on stone quite yet. How we doing? Hey, look at that. We can turn on stone. Ooh, it's not quite as even as I meant it to be. Alright, we're gonna turn you off. We basically have 2 full and a half, and this only has 1 full and a half. So I'm gonna come over here and, well, put a splitter in there to get that a little more even. Alright, we got water coming back, oil not coming back. A little bit of a deadlock, but that's alright. You, I think we can disable. You, we can disable. I'd say we'd be able to disable that one, but the train is on its way. If I disable it now, he's just gonna go somewhere weird. We're gonna pull up over here. There's artillery 10 finished. Let's... I don't think we're gonna do any more artillery because that's 2 million is gonna take forever. We do mining productivity, but let's do a worker robot speed first, and then a mining productivity. I mean, at this point, I don't think I've ever done. Oh yeah, that's 1,000, and we'll do that just for laughs. I don't think we're using explosive. Well, that's the Spidertron right there. I don't think we need faster shooting speed, but that will give us some research time. Oh, what is... Oh, this is... who attacked you? It looks like we lost a few robots, but... Well, we have none there, except that, hey, they're all... The rest are all safe in storage, and as soon as the timer delay kind of goes off, they'll repair that. Oh. Stop. We're gonna take this. And we're gonna come underground here. Over to here. Can I pick those belts up or Apparently not. There we go. That's better being there than being put into a furnace. Alright, that should more evenly distribute things. Actually kind of surprised we don't have the trains coming over here, but maybe they already filled up. Yeah, we have stuff running. Do we have... It looks like we have production underway. Here comes stone. And we got some bricks coming too. This is going to take some time, maybe 5 minutes to warm up and basically get everything, you know, running and backed up as it needs to be, you know, until we have green circuits coming at full speed, or filling up these belts, and, you know, maybe this belt doesn't get quite as much as it needs until these belts are backed up. But it looks like they're starting to, so very soon now. Same thing for iron. Some plastic over here for our low density structures, and this goes to red circuits, I believe. Take some off here for something. Oh, looks like more red circuits down here. Okay, let's get out of these trains' way. We'll head back and park up here. And unfortunately, come on. I wasn't in the train. Always make sure you're in the train before telling it to go somewhere. Yeah, or probably causing a little bit of bottleneck. Although it looks like those trains have pathed around it. We'll be on our way in just a moment here. There we go. A little bit of a backup here, but hopefully as we fill up all the chests and stuff like that, we'll not have as many trains coming in per minute as we do initially while attempting to fill up all the chests here. We haven't launched a rocket yet, so that means we really haven't started researching yet here. But should be seen. I don't see any green science. What are you missing? Okay, we're missing... Well, we're missing, obviously, belts and the inserters. And... They're missing gears. Yeah, so we're not quite yet backed up on the iron for the iron gear wheels. Oh, that's backed up now. And it looks like this one hopefully should be backing up next. And once that occurs, we'll get enough down this path. No, which path was it? This path? This... No, that's stone. There's... yeah. Okay, it is this path. That is getting hard to see at night. Without night vision. Looks like our water is all good. We got trains backed up for it. Copper, not quite backed up yet. Neither is iron. Coal is almost there. Where's the water trains go? All the way down here. Okay. I guess that is the closest for them. There is another one up here, but I guess that's technically a bit further. Only just, probably. How are we doing back here? Okay, we got a radar, and it just doesn't have power. Apparently, though, down here we have power. Oh, did it just get power? Apparently. I'll wait for the rest of this to get filled in. Probably have a little more. I'm gonna fill in this spot. Then we'll probably need to make a new build, because that's a pretty far away for those trains to go. I thought I had... Oh. What if I tell you... Well... That's not good. But hopefully that will be picked up and then put over here, and we won't have this problem the next time. I mean, it did cause a little bit of damage. It shouldn't be causing any more damage at the moment. And actually, if that train comes back even before the move, this is going to be red, so it's not going to cause that problem. But at least we'll now be able to park 2 trains here without blocking. Okay, how is that special project going? Actually... Okay, it was a little hard to tell if that was a ghost or not. It doesn't look like much here, but that is my Steam user icon, or my YouTube channel icon. Looks like we have a few things left to put in place, like these steel chests, and of course the whole middle is not done. But it's getting there. And then this one does look done, except for the middle. This is the Shack News logo. Check it out, shacknews.com. I hang out in the forums there. So let's, now that this is seeming to go okay. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, we're gonna head back to base. But, yeah, we have artillery range 10 now. So you can see quite a bit further to shoot. This is apparently not new territory because there's no creep. Although there is creep there, so that was probably... Some of this was generated prior to 1.0 and some of it after. Yeah, so we'll be going through quite a bit of artillery soon, or even now. What are we... And we got them all. They didn't break through the gates. They were funneled around them. Exactly what the gates are designed to do. Or the wall. Little bit of damage here, but nothing too bad. Alright, let's get in our train. And head home. Meanwhile, we can keep a lookout for any artillery. Kind of would like to know how big this base is. I don't know of any way of like getting like a position for like an item. Figuring out how big. I'm sure this is on the order of tens of kilometers. You know, 10,000 units. But I'm not quite sure how big exactly. You see that? Yeah, these are designed to look the correct color on the map. We'll have to put like one more on the inside, you know, temporarily with some power. How much? 601 entities are missing construction robots. Okay, I'm assuming that's this. There's only 250 robots over here, so if there's a lot of blueprints, like there is, then obviously you have a lot of items missing bots. There we go. How do we hit something over there? Unless... Oh, the train has now moved. So what we're seeing is... from here, or... I don't know. I mean, maybe that was a little closer. Alright, well, it looks like we've pulled into the station. Let's turn off our own roboports. Yeah, you're getting filled up because you really need it. You're almost at full. Yeah, probably for quite a while the trains have been using hardly any ammo. Actually, let's copy that together and we can just plop that down somewhere. Oh yeah, look at that, running faster. Maybe we can even stick that there and just remember to remove it. And come up here and do this similar. There's all the concrete, the stone for our concrete is coming from there. Yeah, there's already bots coming for here, but this is kind of a large securitous network. Oh, I just realized the time. Well, yeah, typical of my episodes. We went a bit long, but we're almost done here. So look in the description for a link to my blueprint book, or books as it may turn out. They'll probably be up on Factorio prints. I'm probably also going to include a link to my Dropbox with this save file if you'd like to check it out. As they finish this up, I'll say it again, I probably won't be coming back to this for a while, although if there's a Factorio, 1.1 update or something like that with some significant, well, maybe not even significant changes, but I'll definitely be checking that out. But for the time being, there probably won't be any more Factorio for a while. I don't do this channel full time. I have a regular job, and basically things have been getting a bit busy, so it's been getting a little harder for me to do some episodes. And as you can see, also the UPS is dropping. Not even sure why that is. Maybe because I don't know why that is. But yeah, so I haven't had quite as much time to put into this as I would like. And there's other things I'd like to do, not just Factorio in my spare time. But this has definitely been fun. I've definitely enjoyed this. Got a few more things to finish off here and up here, but they should be finished hopefully in a minute or so. We did do really well. We got to 2,000 signs per minute. Well, we're not going to tell from that. Let's go to the... Ooh, why did our science dip there? Alright, let's check here. 2.2. Yeah. Not sure how we hit 2.2. And this is production, not consumption. Consumption should be about the same. 2.1. Maybe we were using gray science before, and now we're not, and that's changed the balance of things a bit. I wish it was easier to just select the sciences. If I put it at 10 minutes, that shouldn't... You would think it wouldn't jump around as much, but I guess these are all basically the same amount per minute. There we go. Yeah, the gray is down production-wise very much, because we aren't using it at the moment. Why do we drop like that? That's something I'm going to have to look into, because that shouldn't be happening, and that's like happening almost across... I mean, it's got to be almost across all our factories. You know, if it was a little bit, I could see, okay, maybe it's a new factory still coming up to speed. Well, here's our first science factory. No, maybe it's just the white science isn't... That's every 60. That's every 60. Maybe... Maybe we're having power problems. And so things are running a little slower, and that's why we're getting a dip. Why are we having power problems? That's not going to get out. Well, I was trying to wrap this up. And having power problems would also... Alright, look at that. We're all done here. Account for why things are running a bit slower. Well, there's a somewhat easy fix for the power. And that is just turn this nuclear power plant back on. Because apparently, with one extra factory... I mean, even though this is showing our satisfaction is 100%. No, it's night, so our accumulators are discharging. Is it night? Yes, it is night. If it wasn't night and our accumulators were discharging, that would be a problem. Alright. We got this Roboport going in. Okay, these should now all be requesting. These guys are going to drop off the spent fuel. We should likewise have a similar amount picking up fuel. Oh yeah. Here they go. And yeah, you can see these guys were pretty warm. Even out to here, we're still like 502. So it shouldn't take too long for them to spin up and get steam production going. Let's... Yeah, our accumulators ran out. That's not good. I used to have an alarm, but trying to switch to solar, it's supposed to drain. Our production is coming up. Also, the sun is coming up, which is helping our production come up. Alright, this is maybe at half capacity, maybe not. I mean, you get steamy even if it wasn't being fully used. But these are coming up to temperature. They need to hit about 800 before they're producing, before there's enough heat for the full. But our accumulators are charging again, so we now should be at near full production. Our updates per second are not quite at full. Yeah, I mean, that corresponds to when we're having power problems. How long has that been going on? Well, production science pack, we weren't building before. So that's about the time we turned, you know, on the new science factory. I mean, I guess maybe we turned it on here. You see the extra rocket. So it's either the production science pack needs a lot more power, and you can see we had a little dip, bigger dip, and yeah. Although, actually, you can see it probably was the new factory. Yeah. Here's where we hit, like, 2,000 science a minute. Yeah, so it was pretty much the new factory coming online. And, you know, the assorted miners and stuff along with it. Alright, I'm going to plop down a few more solar panels here. And that should help. And I'll let this run a bit. You know, get all the solar built. Alright, that's not too bad. You know, maybe one more row over here. This is... And, yeah, that's where I'll hand the save file over to you. So, for one final time, let's get in a nice spot. Yeah, away from those doors. I'd like to say, thanks for watching. See you next time. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And I'll see you then.